We are the flow. We are the ebb. We are the...
Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I would like to discuss basically my plans for 2015, in that every year I've made resolutions, and every year I never fulfill them, ever. I never stick to them. So this year what I'm doing is I'm not doing resolutions, I'm doing goals. And not necessarily goals that have to be accomplished within this year, but goals that I am starting and putting into motion this year. So my major big goal is self-improvement and working on myself. And there's a lot of things that I feel I need to work through in order to become a better person, or the person that I know I can be. And lately I have been watching this one YouTuber who I've passed by his videos a lot over the years, and I don't know why. I never really delved into looking into his videos, but he is amazing. And his channel is called Infinite Waters Diving Deep. And if I remember to, I would link his channel below if I remember. But if not, again, his channel name is Infinite Waters Diving Deep. And I have been absolutely loving his videos. Like lately, I've literally been watching them back to back to back, because there's so much stuff on there, so much information, and he has such a calming personality. It's as if perhaps you could start watching his video and you're in a state of unease or anger or upset. And it's like just what he's saying and how he's speaking induces a state of calm. And I absolutely love his videos. He talks about things like, he discusses like the Akashic records. He discusses hermetics from time to time. He discusses, the majority of the things is self-improvement. You know, how to be a happier person, how to accomplish your goals, how to, when faced with whatever negative thing, how to deal with that. He's also a vegan, so he does discuss a lot of the importance of raw foods or fruits and vegetables and things like that. And not only is it important to your body, but for your soul. And while I in no time soon intend on becoming a vegan, I do get what he says. You know, he does talk about the harm of eating meats to your soul. But again, that's up for you, you know, your own personal opinion and interpretation. One of the things he discusses in his main message is to basically become the greatest version of yourself. And that is something that I want to work on for this year. I feel that it's important for me to grow and to move on and to improve in all that I do. There's a lot that I need to work on. I always have these ideas of what I want to do, and I never really follow through with them. I never really carry them out, and I'm always held back. And my majority, the major reason, or the major thing that holds me back, is my self-doubt. You know, whether I believe that I can't do it, or that what I do is not good enough. And so those are things I want to work on. I do know where some of these things stem from, but I need to work on moving past it. I've moved past a lot of these things in that I have forgiven, but now I need to work on the damage that these things have done, and healing. You know, more often than not in our lives, what we do is we put a band-aid on the problem, or we box it up and then we put it into a deep dark closet in our mind, and we never deal with it. And that is harmful to you, not only physically, because it can cause stress, and that can lead to all kinds of physical issues like heart attack, stroke, high blood pressure, whatever. But it also damages you, I feel, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And so to, I feel, to improve upon these things, to help heal, shadow work is necessary. Now, I've always heard about shadow work, and I've always kind of been interested in doing shadow work, but I've never really tried to do it. And I think that really is, I don't know, I wasn't ready, is what it boils down to. I wasn't ready. So, and in the previous video, I showed that I had purchased the Dark Goddess, Dancing with the Shadow. So I'm going to be reading that, and I'm going to be working with those dark goddesses. But the major one, in the main book I'll be working with, and I've had this for some time now, In the Shadows of the 13 Moons, Embracing Lunar Energies for Self-Healing and Transformation. And this is written by Kimberly Sherman Cook. And so I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen this book. I know I've seen it on YouTube time and again. So I've only just started reading it, as you can see. So I'm in the beginning part of it, but basically there are exercises in here you can do with each dark moon. And it even discusses this could take more than 13 dark moons. You take as much time as you need with each section, basically because it's all about improving yourself. There is no rush, there's no clock, so to speak. So that's the main one I'll be working with. And what I'm right now working with are these oracle cards, which I know you've seen before on my channel. I really love these cards, and the reason why I chose this deck to work with is because with each card, explanation in here, this is a little book, but with each card explanation, there's an affirmation that goes with it. So, like, yeah, so you see here has the explanation of the card, and then below it there's an affirmation. So my intent is to, and I mentioned this briefly in my new altar video. My intent is to do a card a day sometimes, and I really need to work on this. I feel I don't have time, but the thing is, what I need to really work on is making time for myself, and I don't do that all the time, especially when I need to. I'm all about, my family, and taking care of my family, and helping, taking care of my kids. And it's not like I'm a single parent, but I'm everybody's problem solver and fix the situation person, and I really need to learn to take that time for myself. So even if it's like a few minutes a day, I have to work on that. So I need to stop that excuse. I need to do this every day. So you have cards. Isn't that interesting? The page I showed you, one of the cards was Masquerade, and so as I pick up the deck, I didn't pick up the whole deck, I just picked up to randomly show you a card, and it's the Masquerade card. I think maybe I need to look into that for today, so I'm going to set this card aside, because I think that was meant to be. And of course the next card, as I'm discussing the reason why I'm doing the shadow work, which is having a lack of faith in myself for all intents and purposes, or low self-esteem. The next card, self-worth. I think these two, well, today it'll be 2 cards. So, but I love these cards. The majority of these cards are feminine, but there are some masculine cards. Like here is bondage. Here's unconditional love, which is male and female. Unconditional love. I just love these cards. They're so beautiful. Here's nature. So some of these cards actually are, beyond just feminine and masculine per se. Soulmate is definitely a masculine card. Here's another one, inner conflict. Inner conflict, which is like a swamp theme. So, yeah, so spontaneous and intuitive creation. It's another masculine card. And here I'll show this last one, inspired warrior. So there are some masculine energies in this deck as well. I think this is a great deck to work with. I've been working with this deck for quite some time now, and I absolutely love it. And now that I'm working with it in this way, I love it even more. I really do. And so what I'm going to be doing is, I'll put these cards on top. I'm going to be journaling about each card I work with. And I'm going to be using this notebook. I think it would be perfect for this. This is my book where I also will put down anything I hear or read or see or even think of that I consider inspirational. So here's one section which is called inspiration. And then I'll have another section, then way in the back of the tiny little section called wish list. You know, so anything I feel I need or want. Mainly, bless you. Oh, bless you. Mainly dealing with working on me. But some of it will be like, you know, sometimes I see books that I want to get to work with my daughter on. So I'll have a section also for working with this deck. So that's basically what my intention is for this year. There's a lot of things that I want to get going. You know, even before I was pregnant, I kind of fell off on jewelry making, and I loved doing that. And like making scrapbooks, I stopped doing that. What I did start doing was art journaling around the third trimester of my pregnancy. And it's not even something I kept up with all the time. And really, in doing the art journaling, I really haven't written anything in it. I just mainly make sometimes a mess, really, on the journal pages. It's just putting colors together and stamps, you know, things like that. It's more of a self-expression, not really a verbal, written, you know, whatever. Although on some of those pages I can do journaling on, and I probably will at some point. But yeah, I wanted to even, perhaps, I toyed with the idea of selling some of the jewelry I make. You know, maybe on some online store, or I don't know, eBay or something. I don't know. And I just kind of fell off on it. And then I love to write, and I've always have written from the time I was very little. And there's one story in particular that I'm actually almost finished with, and I have never finished it. Like, I literally am at the end of the story, and for whatever reason I can't think of how to do this ending, and for years I have not worked on it. I've started other stories since then, and even those stories I haven't finished. And I have a big problem with finishing things, you know, so I intend to stick with this shadow work and see it through and work on why I can't finish anything. I start and I don't finish. I have ideas which are pretty good ideas, I think, but there's a lack of faith in myself, I guess, in thinking that some of these things are not good enough. They're not good enough to sell. They're not, you know, good enough to share with others, or, you know, I write as a hobby, really, and I've had some people who've read some of what I've written and think I should get it published, but then I'm like, oh no, I know the books that I read, those books are amazing. This book is nothing like that, and I'll never get published. And I just have so much self-doubt. And even if it never did get published, why am I not trying? You know what I mean? You know, I'm like, I sabotage myself. You know, I don't even try, because I just fear that it's not good enough. So I don't try. And I need to stop that. I need to try. You never know. You never know what can happen. Don't don't let your fears and insecurities hold you back. And that is something I do not want to teach my daughters. I don't want them to let fear and insecurity hold you back, because then you'll never get anywhere, you'll never accomplish anything. Yeah? So that's something, and my daughters are the main reason why I want to work on these things. One moment. Hi, baby. Sit with Mama. Sit with Mama. So, but yeah, and I don't want them thinking that, I'm sorry, I'm looking for a pacifier. So sorry about that. I don't want them to fear or not try simply because they think what they're doing isn't good enough, or they think they're not good enough. I do want to instill confidence in them. I want them to be free thinkers, and I want them to be strong and to know that they can accomplish anything they set their mind to. And how can I do that if I myself am not doing that? You know what I mean? So, hi baby. So, yeah, I really want to work on that. And not just for my daughters, but for me too. So, and maybe I'll do updates or something on my progress, or I don't know, whatever. Maybe I might do updates on it. We'll see. Maybe it might, as I work further into it, maybe I might feel this experience is a bit more personal, and I might not. So, we'll see what the future holds. So that's basically it, though. If anyone else is doing shadow work, I would love to hear about it. Or if you've done shadow work, I would love to hear about it. So, comment below. Let me know what's going on. If you've done it, or if you've tried it, if you're thinking about trying it, and you're not sure what to do, where to start from. There's even books on doing shadow work that have nothing to do with paganism at all. I've found some that a lot of the authors take a Jungian approach to working on your shadow self. So there's plenty of stuff out there, I know, but if there's anything you all would like to suggest or comment on, let me know. Comment below. Thanks for watching. Blessed be.
We are the flow. We are the ebb. We are the weavers. We are the web. We are the flow.